You know, in a world that just never seems to quiet down, there's a really simple but super powerful way to reset our minds. So today, let's get into why we should all try to go into nature sometimes.
Does this sound at all familiar? You know, that constant buzz from notifications, the endless scrolling, that feeling of being pulled in like a dozen different directions at once? It's pretty much a universal experience in our always-on world.
Well, this feeling actually has a name. It's cognitive overload. Our brains are constantly, and I mean constantly, processing information, and it just leads to this state of mental fatigue. It's kind of become the background noise of our lives, right?
And that's exactly where the solution begins. This quote it nails it perfectly. While our world is just jam-packed with digital noise and never-ending demands, nature offers the one thing we're all missing: stillness. It's a space where our minds can just be.
So try to think of nature as just a simple reset button. It's this incredibly accessible way to push back against that overload and help us find just a little bit of balance.
So what do we actually mean by going into nature? Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's just spending time in any green space. You know, parks, forests, maybe even your own garden. It's all about finding a place where you can connect with the natural world and hit that powerful reset button.
And here's the best part, honestly. You don't need to plan some epic hike or a big trip to a national park. Even just a few minutes in a local park, or sitting near some trees, or even just listening to the sounds of birds, it can make a real, tangible difference.
Okay, so let's get into the how. How exactly does nature work its magic on us? Well, first up, it has this profound calming effect on our minds. It reduces stress and gives our emotional well-being a serious boost.
Just look at this direct comparison here. It's pretty stark, right? On one side, you've got the mind on overload, stressed out, fatigued, anxious, and then on the other, the mind in nature, a calmer nervous system, way less fatigue, and a noticeably improved mood. The difference is, it's just striking.
And listen, there's clear science behind this. This isn't just a feeling. Research published in Environmental Health and Preventive Medicine found that spending time in nature measurably reduces cortisol, which is our body's primary stress hormone. You can literally see the biological impact of just stepping outside, with those cortisol levels dropping big time in natural environments compared to urban ones.
But the benefits don't stop at just calming us down. Nope. Nature also helps to clear away all that mental clutter. And in doing so, it actively enhances our focus and our ability to think clearly.
This is actually explained by something called attention restoration theory. Think about it like this. Our brains use a ton of energy for what's called directed attention. That's the kind of focus you use for work or scrolling through your phone. Well, natural environments let that part of your brain take a break and recharge, which, you guessed it, restores your ability to focus.
And the results of that mental restoration? They're fantastic. People report better attention, a boost in creativity and problem-solving skills, and a huge reduction in that feeling of mental clutter. It's basically like a spring cleaning for your brain.
So, the big question is, how can we make this a regular thing? This last part is all about turning this knowledge into a simple, sustainable part of your everyday life.
It can honestly be this easy. Take a short walk in a park nearby. Find a bench and just sit near some trees for a few minutes. Or close your eyes and just listen to the wind or the birds. You could even just step outside and take a few deep breaths of fresh air. That's it. That's the whole practice.
So to wrap it all up, here are the key takeaways. Nature cuts down on stress. It improves your mood. It sharpens your focus. And, maybe most importantly, you don't need hours to do it. Even really short moments can have meaningful benefits.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. It doesn't have to be some big, grand plan. It can be a tiny moment. Where are you going to find your little piece of stillness today?